Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. XDefiant has been the talk of the town for quite some time when it comes to people thinking that it's gonna kill Call of Duty. And look, I'll be one of the first one to tell you guys, it won't. But this beta has done a lot of good things and bad things for me personally, and I want to share my experiences with you all, while simultaneously giving suggestions that Ubisoft should give a half-decent listen to. Also, let's talk about their roadmap, because it's actually quite impressive for a Ubisoft free-to-play title. But before we get into it, and if it ain't too much to ask, if you watch to the end and you like what you've seen, then consider hitting that sub button for more content like this. Okay? Let's get into it. I got to play the second beta test a day early because I played the first one, and if you haven't seen my video on it, here's the link for it in the top right hand corner. In the most extreme case of TLDR, I said that by the end of the first beta playtest, I fully believed that XDefiant was nothing to really lose your mind over, and that the game would probably end up failing because of the wild success of Modern Warfare 2. Oh, how the tides have turned. I want to start off by saying that the game is nowhere near perfect, or I would even argue nowhere near great, but whoever they got working on this in between test 1 and test 2 really dug deep and worked on the netcode. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the netcode from the first beta playtest was absolutely awful and made it almost unplayable. And I'm telling you this because on this 165Hz monitor I'm playing on, the game felt so buttery smooth for about the first hour or two of the playtest. I then started getting weird issues with hanging frames and my game crashed one time. But besides that, the netcode's been pretty damn stable. I can't complain about it. In this playtest, they also opened up the gun customization, so you have pretty much everything unlocked right off the rip, which is really nice. But I'll be damned if there isn't any gun balancing that needs to be done between now and the unannounced release date. I noticed that in about a third of the matches I played in the closed beta, I felt as if my gun would drain the lives of my opponents, while other times it felt like my shots weren't even registering server side. Now, contrary to what I just said, I felt as if the weapon balancing had gotten better between the last playtest and now, just not by much. Regardless, finding matches was really quick. I didn't have any issues with pings or migrating host. However, me and Big Fry had issues at the beginning of the playtest that only allowed me and him to play together, but nobody else. And while doing the voiceover for this video, the issue was still not resolved, but by the time this video goes up, I'm pretty sure it will be. When the game functioned at nearly 100%, when the game got as good as it was going to get, it was pretty damn fun. Not something I would play for hours on end, but something I would definitely play over a $70 COD title any day of the week. When playing with friends on the objective-based game modes, getting kills and winning games with whoever is in your squad, the feeling you get is almost nostalgic, and you damn near forget about some of the issues XDefiant has. But when you play solo, it becomes very aggravating, very mid, and borderline boring at times. So this is for sure a game that you need to play with friends on. But the things I really do like about XDefiant is not what it's offering now, but offering down the road as far as content goes. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the roadmap. In the XDefiant preseason roadmap, we have 14 maps, 10 of those being arena and 4 progression-based maps. We will also see all 5 factions be available on the preseason release, along with 5 modes, 3 being arena, 2 being progression, along with 24 weapons and 44 attachments. You gotta hand it to Ubisoft. The content for a free game like this is absolutely insane. And mind you, we've seen games with horrendous price tags that have content roadmaps a third the size of this, and this roadmap I read off truly makes me think that Ubisoft is going to put a lot of tender love and care into this project instead of giving us our yearly dose of abandonware like they have been doing. I've also read in a somewhat different roadmap of sorts that this game will get a new map pretty much every single month, a prestige system, camo grinding, and just overall a well-balanced arena shooter experience, which is absolutely awesome. But don't get it f***ed up now. Give Ubisoft enough time and enough wiggle room and they will destroy what they have and then act like it ain't their fault. They did this with Ghost Recon Breakpoint and Hyperscape, they will do it with a game like this. But in the meantime, while Ubisoft acts like they care a little bit, I will hang on to that bit of hope. With everything I've said about this game so far, primarily being negative with very few positives sprinkled in, I do genuinely want this game to succeed, okay? I'm tired of COD taking the fucking spotlight uncontested every single year, and with a game like this that gives a large number of people that classic COD nostalgic feel, I really do hope that Activision starts sweating a little bit more. Now, if you play the beta and you decide that the game is not for you, I'm not gonna go to bat for Ubisoft and tell you that you should reconsider. Because honestly, Ubisoft is at a point in their corporate career where they should be releasing games like this and supporting them much like they have been doing with R6 for almost a decade. I will, however, tell you that when it comes to quote-unquote COD clones, XDefiant is probably the best when it comes to mainstream studios attempting to make one. You can't even really beat it either because of the content they have coming into the game. But there needs to be very dramatic improvements made, stability being a huge one. XDefiant is as stable as Stevie Wonder on a damn tightrope. Just when you think it's balanced, it falls flat on its face and eats shit. Another improvement the game needs is a bump in movement speed and hit registration. Because if your competition next door is a titan like Call of Duty, you're gonna want to do everything you can to get people's heads to turn to your project instead of them going back to Call of Duty. This game is very, very slow, and yes, slow in comparison to Modern Warfare 2. We need faster movement, we need more concise movement. This slow moving shit is just not gonna do. Again, I want this game to succeed because I want a new game to play, but if the stability of this game can't be fixed, then it'll be added to a long list of abandonware that Ubisoft has acquired. And another note, this game doesn't need to be a COD clone or even a COD killer, it just needs to be a good game. And so far I can say that this game is good, but it's nowhere near good enough to compete with Call of Duty. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You have Ubisoft releasing a free-to-play title that has a somewhat nostalgic feel to it like Call of Duty, like I mentioned previously. You have Ubisoft coming out of the gate with a free-to-play title that's had a lot of controversy surrounding it previously, but these guys are not going to sink billions of dollars into this game like Activision can. But like I just said, it don't need to be a COD killer, it just needs to be a damn good game. But regardless, I will continue to cover anything and everything XDefiant related on this channel, so make sure you hit that sub button, that like button, and COD kill that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, I'm gonna go see if Ubisoft needs help with this project. See you in the next one.